The second part of your discussion board grade is your replies, and by that I mean your replies to other students. Yes, you just posted a thread that had information, you shared a photo, or maybe you shared some research, and that's great. But the reason I do this as a discussion board is so that you can read other students' responses. And this gives you an opportunity to learn. Not only did you learn more about your topic, but you'll learn more about other students' topics. So for the replies, the two requirements is you need to first post on 2 different days. So once you've created your first post, you get to this screen. This shows everyone else. When you make your first post, you can just go ahead and reply to someone. I'm going to go back to Donna's and be like, oh, yard waste. That sounds interesting. I wonder what she did. You read through all of her information, that sounds cool, and you want to reply to it. This is one of your replies for the discussion board. Now it's got to be a good reply. Don't be like, hi Donna, that's super cool. Well, I should say you could say that, but you should be saying more. If you're like, well, I don't want to say more, you don't have to, but I'm only grading 2 good replies. If you're only replying and that's all you say, I'm not going to grade that. So you can post as many as you want, but your 2 best ones are what I'm going to respond to. So I can say, hey Donna, that's super cool. I didn't know that in Montgomery County you could do that. You could ask a follow-up question, so I'll just put some questions here. You could even do your own research. Be like, I didn't know that, but I heard that blah, 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 blah. Or you could talk about how maybe something that you and your family does. Like, oh, I also do composting with my yard waste, but instead of sending it out, I actually do it at home. One of the tips I have is blah, blah, blah. It's just something to indicate both to me and to whoever you're responding to that you actually read it and you actually put thought into it. This does not have to be that long of a post. You should strive for at least 4 sentences, though. 4 sentences, you probably have said something worth contributing. Again, if you're like, I want to respond to this, maybe this is my friend, or you just thought it was interesting, but you don't want to put the effort into like a full response, that is okay. There is no penalty for just saying, hi Donna, that's super cool. But I'm only going to grade the 2 best ones. So I wouldn't grade something like this, or if you only posted 2, this just wouldn't earn you any points. So that's the first requirement. So the first requirement is 2 posts over 2 days. So you can do the first post the first day you post, and then go back the next day and do your second post. The reason I do that is because everyone is submitting on different days. I don't want you to make your post, do all your replies, and then never visit the board again. Maybe someone else posted, and I want them to also have an opportunity for students to be reading their work. So that's why I have that posting over 2 days in place. The second requirement for your replies is to post on things or on topics that are unlike your own. And what I mean by that, this doesn't help because no one did building an oyster reef, but let's say I did organic food. I went out and bought 3 organic foods. Sure, here Selena also talks about organic foods, and I look at organic foods, and I could post on it, but I wouldn't earn any points for that post. And the reason for that is you know about organic foods. You just did your post on organic foods. You've already done research on it. You're not really learning anything new. That doesn't mean you shouldn't read her post. Maybe it is interesting and maybe you want to start a conversation. That's totally fine. But for full points, what you need to do is to write on something else. So if I did organic foods, I might go to Keegan's and read about being a vegetarian for a day. That's a completely different topic, and so I have the opportunity to learn something new. So again, the bare minimum to get full points, 2 posts over 2 different days. They should be good posts with at least 4 sentences, and your 2 posts should be on 2 different topics. So one of my posts might be on car washing that I read, and one on vegetarianism that I read. But I wouldn't choose 2 vegetarian posts. My goal for you guys is to learn about stuff. And so that's kind of why I have those little stipulations in place. Again, you can post a lot more. I encourage you to post a lot more. But the 2 is the requirement for this project.